It is March the 13th, 2021. I'm Andy, and this is the Minorcan Mullet Report from the Golden Ray Rec Site in the St.simons Sound. It's Papa Mullet's birthday today, 83 years old, and I certainly want to wish Pops a happy birthday. Well, we're going to start off today with a little time lapse on the site today. Hey, beautiful day in the Golden Isles. Look at those blue skies. The sound was almost flat. Really nice day. A lot of boat traffic out today. Folks coming out to visit the site, take a peek, get a look firsthand. But when you watch this, if you've got a screen big enough, you could really see those chains moving. That's what we were trying to do, show people these chains moving. Now we've kind of zoomed in here a little bit, and we can really start to see these angles on these cutting chains. Those are the two outside blocks. Now on the VB 10,000, the arches, the yellow orangish arches of the the VB 10,000, coming down to the Golden Ray, those outside blocks, those are the cutting chains. Those pieces in the middle are support mechanisms to support the section that is being cut on the Golden Ray. This being section number 2, the second section off the bow of the ship. As we start to look at these chains, we can really start to see that the angles are starting to come together. They're really starting to tighten up here. So we expect this thing to try to maybe get cut through. It could be as quick as tomorrow, depending on any downtime that the crews have to make repairs or anything. We got our fingers crossed that won't happen, and they can get this section cut and lifted and get it on that Julie B. barge and hopefully headed for Louisiana to that recycling center. And we can see even from yesterday how much more headway this right side block has made in getting across that top side of the Golden Ray. Now, as we look back at the site and kind of encompass the whole entire operation, it appears to us that whether they're slowing down a little bit, maybe that's what's going on. They're really monitoring maybe the tension on the chain. They don't seem to be cutting this section as aggressively as we have seen them cut on the first two sections that were actually separated. So maybe that's part of the plan to slow down and maybe not have as much maintenance downtime or time for broken chains or repairing the chain if it breaks. But the time they are cutting, they're really making some pretty good headway on this piece. We still have that pole out that we put up on the community post on the YouTube section. It's still out there. We've got some people that were saying less than 6 days. Well, we see that's not going to happen now. 6 to 9. We'll get this thing out of here. Get this thing cut tomorrow. Things are really looking good. But if you haven't been over to check the poll out and do that, find that poll over in the community tab and get your vote in. Now we got a few shots of the work site as things were going on around the wreck. We just wanted to share some of that with you today. It looked like the crews had one of the current busters. Now they have one of these current buster devices on each end of the environmental barrier, and it kind of strains the water and separates that into the oil. The oil is separated into this device, and it was pulled up on the barge. Looked like they were servicing it. We got a shot here of the black gold. It's kind of standing by. This vessel is moving personnel around the work site and shuttling them back and forth to their COVID bubble. Some of the environmental boats here working the site. The Big Weeks crane, it seemed to be pretty active today. Wasn't really lifting things, but a lot of boats around it, so we know there was some activity going on there. This is one of the monitor tugs, Bear Cub 2. We see the safety vessel here. They had a busy day today. A lot of boats out, and some folks were encroaching in on the safety zone, so those guys were out pretty busy today. And here we got a little better shot of the chain today. You can actually see just above the red line there, the chain, you can kind of see it shining just a little bit where it has been working back and forth across those auto decks. And thought it was pretty neat to get another shot of that, getting that angle, getting the change, heading up. And today, just as we were leaving, a couple of the barges that we saw earlier, moving vehicles off of this section 2 that they're cutting now, were back out with different equipment on it. Instead of that car grabber that we saw earlier, we see a crane on it and some other stuff that look like it may be supply equipment. Here we see the Caitlin tug pushing the other barge out with that aerial lift on it. We're not sure how this is going to play out into the Section 7, but we're assuming they're bringing this stuff in to try to tackle that tough metal in Section 7. Well, hey, that's about all the time we've got for today. We want to ask you, if you haven't done it yet, to hit the subscribe button. That kind of tells us that you kind of like what we're doing. Send us some comments. And most of all, we want you guys to stay safe out there.